All right, we're live, buddy.
Yes, sir. We're back. We're back. We were off last week. Took a little week off from the video. We did do the article, but RJ was upstate, so we took a little trip to the track on Friday and said we'll do the video next week.
But our article was pretty good last week. What did we go, like 8 for 11? We ended up.
I think it was seven for 11. I believe you won 5 and I hit 2. I think was how that went. Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And the 2, I think the one of the 2 that I hit, you hit it as well. So I mean, you were on fire. You got a really good week.
The one day that I'm busy all day.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're at a wedding the entire day, just winning races. And I was texting you, and you were like, "What the fuck?" That's so funny. Sunday was my best day. Friday we did all right. Up there. Saturday did okay. Sunday was my better day of the weekend. Thankfully, that was my big day. So, I definitely think it was a great opening weekend. I mean, Saratoga's numbers were up all weekend long. I mean, attendance wise and handle wise. I mean, the day you and I went, they handled like I think 28 million or something, and then Saturday they handled like 33 million for the stakes races. I mean, it was a big weekend in Saratoga.
It was cool because that was my first time at Saratoga. I had never been. So getting to see the track and like getting to see what makes it, it's always, it's the August place to be, right? That's what everybody says about Saratoga. So it was nice to like see the area because I've never been. And the only track like I really know is Gulfstream, which is, it's 30 minutes, but like 30 minutes away. It's a really nice track, but Saratoga, it's got a more community feel to it. Everybody's like super excited to be there. So it was cool to see that like vibe. I was like very impressed at how it like handled itself. I was like blown away a little bit.
Gulfstream's beautiful, man. They raced the one of the richest races in the world, the Pegasus there.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful place, but there's just so many other things to do down there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Gulfstream, it kind of just like, it's like the embodiment of Florida where it's like, it's a beautiful thing, but it's like, yeah, if you want to go to Gulfstream, go to Gulfstream. Where like Saratoga, it has like, it like fits around the whole community, and, everybody walks to, I like that. I don't like that you have to park in somebody's parking lot to go to the Marlins Stadium. I like that you can park in somebody's parking lot to handle the racetrack. I think that's got like a cool feel to it. And then like once you get inside, you can go like sit down, have a drink. You don't have to go to the track. It's, it feels like the community runs on the spot, but that's not like what Gulfstream is. So that was cool. I was a cool environment. It was a cool feel. And it was like, and like, once those, it's a lot livelier to the crowd. Once the horses start hitting that turn, people are starting yelling. You don't really get that at Gulfstream. It's kind of more of like a quiet, bettors feel to it. So that was really cool. That was really freaking cool.
Yeah, you definitely get some emotions, especially in the tight races, in like the big stakes races. I mean, like Travers Day, you got to be on the rail, and it's so hard because it's there's so many people and it's the biggest day up there. But I mean, Travers Day, it's so you can hear it on the TV how loud the crowds are, and it's like sounds like a baseball game. Like it's crazy. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It is. It's one of the coolest things about upstate is Saratoga racetrack. I mean, so much history. It brings in so much money, and I mean, you see the people that travel all over that go to Saratoga or plan a weekend to Saratoga. Some of the biggest people out there do it. It's just it's great. It's great for the area. It brings in a lot of money, and takes a lot of money too.
Yeah. No, you're talking like the opening day. They said they handled so much, but like 27 million was a record. But then they shattered it. Right? Saturday just shatter it again?
Yeah, I think so. I think Thursday was 23 million. I think Friday, I think was 27 around there, and then Saturday was like 33 or 34 million. I mean, that's but still like 3 days like that. It's just I didn't see what Sunday handled, but I'm sure it was up there. It had to be over 15 mil. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy. For us, our first video here this Saturday, you got a loaded 11 race card. I think it's tough. It was a tough one to navigate, but I'm ready to jump into it. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good
I'm
to
good.
go. All right. So race one, we got a mile and an eighth. It's going to be on the dirt. So we're doing a nice little marathon here to open up. I personally prefer these longer races on the grass. I don't mind them on the dirt. So I don't like kickback for horses in these long races on the dirt because I think it bothers them in the way they like to run. You know, where on the grass you can get nice close packs. You know, where the dirt it's tougher to get close to people because of the kickback and everything else. So I don't know. I don't necessarily love these marathons. I thought this was a hard race to navigate. I ultimately have it 5-7-1-6.
Okay. All right. I have it 6-2-5-1. So we're pretty close, right?
Yeah. I went with the 5 with Joel Rosario. They paid $430,000 for that horse. He's by Go Sapper. He won his last time out. He came in second the race before that, so I did like that. What I thought was interesting for him, for me, was the last race, the mile. Okay, so he went 6 furlongs, 2 before that, and he ran really well late. So 2 races before here at Belmont, he went 6 furlongs, and he went from 6th to 5th to 2nd. Okay, the horse who won by a lot. So it kind of freaked off that risk profile. So okay, you can say he closed well, so maybe he wanted more ground. They gave him that more ground in the mile, and the horse just won for fun. So I'm thinking here that it's a nice continuous stretch out. I think the 7 is dangerous. Royal Realm with Tyler Gaffleone, Jimmy Jerkins. That's a good horse. I like your 6 as well, but I did go 5-7-1-6. I think the 1's a little iffy too with Irad. He always scares you.
Jesus, always. He's 1 for 1 with Irad too on the saddle, and if the field is tough, if the field gets kind of mixed, you can get Irad. Irad can pull it out, and he always seems to cause problems. I like Ashar the 6 because 2 of the 5 of 2021 he's been in the money. Pletcher and Saez. And I like the post mid pack. I think if he can get out to a lead in the middle of the field, he'll be fine here. But it's going to be a tough race. I'm worried a little bit about that 2 Good Culture. I like Michael Maker. I think he's a decent trainer, and he has great late speed. And it's a Jose horse, so on this this 1 1/8, he's gonna be very stocky. He's gonna ride the pack. He's not gonna let anything get to him, and then late he'll start going. So I think
one thing about that horse too, there's only 3 horses in this race that have raced this distance. He's one of them, and he came in 3rd when he raced this distance. So yeah, I like that angle there with the 2. He was right there for me. I was going back and forth between the 2 and the 6, but I couldn't leave off Todd Pletcher, and not with the way Louis Zayas is racing.
Yeah, and Irad's also on a Pletcher mount here, so Pletcher's got two horses in this.
With the top 2 jockeys at the meet right now, in Louis and Irad. And hey, like I said a couple weeks ago, Tyler Gaffleone's in 4th right now with 6 wins for the jockey. So he's starting off hot, man.
I know.
All right, you good there?
Yeah, you want to go race 2?
Yeah, race 2. You want to run it? Go for it.
Yeah, sure. We got a 1 mile maiden, 100K. So we got some money here, right? Inner turf, I've got it 9-3-2-5. What do you have here?
I got it 8-5-2-3, and okay. I know what you're. I know you're weary of me leaving the 9 off there, as am I. I'm very weary about leaving the 9 off, but I went with Miss Bonnie T, David Donk. I went against this horse a couple times before, and it ran well. I just thought this field, it had a shot. Nothing really clicked to me here in this field. So I thought that the 8 I could sneak something with. And I like personally an 8-5 exacta. I think the 8 and the 5 are both going to be higher odds. I don't think they're going to end up going off as the favorite. I think the 2, Freedom of the Press, will be the post-time favorite. So I think there's value there on the 8 and the 5, and the 5 like. slightly exact time. They've been winning. They've been coming in the money. So I'm going to take a little shot with the exacta there. 8-5 for me.
Okay. I do like this 9 because it won its first time out, but got disqualified. So I'm liking that about this horse. I'm thinking that maybe it's got the feel for a win already, and maybe it'll break through on the maiden here. I like that McGahee's it's a McGahee horse, and I think Manny Franco will run this horse well. But yeah, just a lot of horses really didn't come out to me that much. I do like the 3 So Enchanting, Irad and Chad Brown. Great early pace. And whenever it's a maiden race, I feel like the jockeys have the most say in what happens. So I think maybe the 3 can take and win here. And I like the 5 Lady Valentine with Sayas on it. But this is a pretty intriguing race. Maiden horses.
Yeah, this is a big time maiden race.
With a lot of horses, $275,000, $450,000, $385,000. It's like, God dang, you know what I mean? Some of these horses.
And if you look at some of the sires too, I mean, we're talking More Than Ready, we're talking Uncle Mo, we're Into Mischief, Union Rags, Constitution. I mean, there's Warfront. There's horses in here that are by some leads. That's why you see those price tags, because they're horses that a lot of people think are going to win and win early. One more nugget I did have for my 8 and why I did, and one of the reasons why I ended up with him. If you look over on the distance side, he raced this distance twice and came in 2nd and 3rd. So he raced his best races going this distance. And I think Johnny, with the experience, knows kind of how this will be his 3rd time riding this horse. And Johnny's come in 2nd or 3rd. And he came in 2nd by a head, so he almost won. He came in 3rd by a neck, so he was up there. And I just, Johnny's the type of jockey. He fixes things. He knows his horses, and he trusts himself. He'll fix it and fix it and fix it. If he's got to do something different, he will. He won't just keep running the same race. And that's something that I like, especially with maiden horses. If you didn't win, try something else. I don't love when trainers and jockeys get stubborn on horses. If you see they can't win a certain way, don't keep running them that way. Try to change it up a little bit. So I think the 8's going to get a different trip, and he's going to get a good one for me personally. Okay.
There.
Race 3. All right. Race 3, we got a little dirty claiming race here. We got a $55,000 claiming race going 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. This was one of those races that we talked about. The field's a little
What did LeBron say? What is LeBron? That shit stank. That's nasty.
Yeah, I ended up going here 1-2-6-5. Again, I'm taking a swing here. Tyler Gaffleone on the 1, Universal Payday. He's 8-1 morning line. Michael Trombetta, I like this horse's past performances. He won with Tyler and when he won with Tyler, it was at Saratoga. So that was all I really needed to see there. I'm going to take a swing in this disgusting race.
Yeah, I have 1-5-6-4. So I also have you with Universal Payday and Tyler. I think he's got a good shot here. The one thing that stood out to me about the 1, he won a $50K allowance race with Tyler. So
yeah,
and he's in a nasty 25K claim. He should be able to, to get a win here with a pretty weak field. The one horse that I do like is the 5 Alcools, who was my best bet a couple months or maybe a month ago when we did Belmont, and it won for me. 4 out of 6. Yeah, 4 out of 6 in the money with a win last time out. It's a pretty weak field. I think maybe Castellano has a chance here, but Castellano hasn't been running that well as of lately. That kind of,
but him and Johnny V though, they start out a little slow at Saratoga and then they pick it up. It's coming. So okay. I think you're right there with that pick.
Yeah, so I have
your second choice, right?
Yeah, my second choice. 1-5-6-4 is how I have it. But I really like the 1 Universal Payday. I think I'm gonna circle that and put some money on it and let Tyler ride. I think he's gonna get a good trip here. I think we both got a winner.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get great value. I think the 2 is going to be in play for the favoritism. I think the 3 is going to have something to say, and the 5 and the 6 as well. The 6 might go off as the favorite. 7-2 morning line. He's got some numbers there that say he could run this field off, but I don't know. I think this is a good race to make some money. I really do. I think we're on the right one.
That 2 runs for a job, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, race 4. We got another one, man. We're rolling right into another one. We got a nice 5.5 furlong turf race here, 40,000 claimer. This one's, this one's a little better horse wise. I thought there was a good group here running. I ended up going 2-3-7-5. So I took the 2 Lyrical Poet with Irad Ortiz and Wesley Ward. I'm going to take that because it's lightly raced, so I like that in turf sprints in these claiming races. It's only raced twice, and it's come in 2nd and 3rd. And the last time it came in 2nd with Irad on him at Belmont. So he's ran a New York track before, a New York grass track. So he's hopping right back on one. And another one, he's 5-1 morning line. I think this is another horse that's going to have some value.
Yeah, I have it 2-10-8-5, and I have the 2 Lyrical Poet as one of my best bets. I like this horse. I think it's, its first time out and broke its maiden, and then comes in 2nd in a $40,000 claim. It's running a little shorter. Irad's going to have this horse off in racing, and it's going to be up to everybody else to catch up. So I got the 2 here too. I like the 10 Forced with Ricardo Santana. It's in the money of it. I saw Ricardo win a race already, so at Saratoga. So I'm a little happy about that. I know that he can win against this field. I also like the 8 Disciplinarian with Manny Franco in the money 2 out of 2 at Toga, 8 and 11 on the turf in the money. And then Donk and Franco at 20-1 morning line. If it stays like that, I'm going to bet that horse up because 20-1 is great value. And then 5, the Knockout Punch, Tyler Gaffleone. It's an ugly race, and I think this horse has a chance to win. I always think Tyler's got a chance. So that's how I feel about it.
One horse I think is going to sneak in the money is the 7, Vodka Lemonade. I do. I think this horse is going to sneak in the money. It's raced 8 times in its life, and it's come in the money 6 of those 8 times. So I think he's one of those ones. But, it's tough because he's typically another front-end horse, and he's pretty fast. But you have a lot of early speed with the 3, the 4, and the 10. The 10 might be the fastest horse in the race. As soon as those gates open, the 10's going to try to go wire to wire, especially with Ricardo. That's a given. But if he's got 3 of them going wire to wire, that's where you get that burn pace, and it sets up for somebody to come running. I'm hoping Lyrical Poet, his last 2 races, they both look a little fronty. Looks like he wants the front end by that. I don't know if he's got the tactical speed to kind of come back, but we'll see. I think there's definitely going to be some running late from some people. So that Talaj, he runs pretty late. Petrus, the 9 with Castellano and Patrick Quick, that horse comes running real late. So I don't know. This is one of those races where as soon as the gates open, it's going to be, I think the race is going to be decided right from when the gates open, because if nobody breaks but the 10, he's gone. He's wire in the field. Nobody's going to catch him. But we'll see, man. I think it's going to be a good one. This is where you can really see the cards start to shift. I think that 4th race is where you start to see, all right, this is a Saturday at Saratoga. There's 2 graded stakes races. Like, here, this is the good card. This is where the card starts to really get into itself.
Build upon itself.
With that being said, we roll right into the 5th. The Grade 1 CCA Oaks, the Coaching Club American Oaks. That's going to be a $500,000 Grade 1, going 1 mile and 1/8 on the dirt. So this is another marathon race. I'm laughing a little bit just because this is a 4-horse field, because nobody wanted to see Malathat. Nobody did. So that horse is 2-5. I don't have much else to say about him. I'm going to say that he was my top choice in this race. I picked it 1-4-3-2, and I'm going to try to sneak the 3 in a nice exacta with the 1. I'm going to box the 1-3 and hope that Malathat just doesn't run his best race.
I mean, it's pretty crazy that they people are so afraid of this horse. that, they've got their grade ones and they're like, we're gonna, not this one. Well, we'll get ready for another one, but this one, you can have it. It's 2 to 5 now. I can't imagine what it's going to be like at post time. I can't, we said, you were telling me earlier, you've seen 1 to 9. I'm wondering if it could get to 1 to 10 by post time. But yeah, I have it 1, 4, 3, 2. I do like that 1, 3 exacta though, because I do like rock, paper, scissors, and Saez. The thing that we were talking about earlier, I know IRAD can go foo bar and just say, we're gonna piss somebody off. I'm not even gonna try to win this race. I'm just gonna get the 4 out to as big of an advantage as possible and try to, hurt somebody's feelings or, get a horse to react. Maybe that's a way that the 3 maybe can win here.
I think the 4's got to muck up the race. I really do.
But that one Malathat is really something, Kentucky Oaks
5 for
winner,
5.
5
for 5, and he's won his last grade 2, grade 1, including this
the Kentucky Oaks.
Yeah, right, including the Oaks kind of pathway. And each time, I mean, last time he was 250 for the dollars, so that's not as bad as what he's probably going to go off tomorrow. But I mean, they paid over $1 million for this horse, and he's made over $1 million in his life already in 5 races. So this is an expensive horse who's already made people money. That's you can't ask for anything else. When you get a great horse, you want him to do exactly what this horse has done, and it wins. It's all it does.
best horse that's racing at Saratoga this whole week. You thinking?
I don't know about that. I haven't looked at Sunday's card yet, but there was, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he might be the best one this weekend. That's going to be out there. There was a good horse, a couple good horses today. I don't know. We'll see. We got to see how he races, man. You don't know. He could have a bad step or a bad trip, and that's that. But
one of the horses I bet with last week when we were in Saratoga stumbled out of the gate.
Yeah, fell right down.
God damn it. You know what I mean? It's like it's like getting out of the gate and falls over. It's like, are you kidding me? So hopefully it doesn't do that, but could happen.
Could happen. All right, this 6 is a good one. This might be my favorite race of the day here. We got 100,000 maiden special weight. I mean, this is lightly raced all over. I think there's only
2-year-olds, man. Babies.
3, yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 horses out of the 10. Well, 11 if you count the also eligible. Only 4 of the 11 have raced, at least one race before in their life. I landed here on the outsider, the 8 Volcanic for Mark Cassie and Tyler Gaffleone. This horse, they paid $230,000 for him. He's a son of Violence, and I've always loved playing the Violence, prodigies. I think they run well early. He's a horse that's been good to me, Violence, as far as the horses that he puts on the track beyond them. So I actually had an 8, 9, 3, 1. This is another race, much like I think race 2, where I'm going to try to sneak a nice exacta here in the 8 and the 9, because there's going to be some value. The 8's morning line 6 to 1. The 9 Irish C is morning line 8 to 1 with Shug McGahee and Jose Ortiz. I'm going to box the 8 and the 9 and hope I can get them at the 6 to 1 and the 8 to 1.
I landed 7, 8, 3, 10 here. I like that 7 Watasha, $450K purchase. Unraced, but son of into mischief, So we're coming with a good horse. Chad Brown definitely probably feels a way about this horse. I do like the 8 Volcanic as well. I like that it's had a race under its belt already, so that with Tyler, so it's had some feel. And in its notes here, it tells you that it wasn't great early, but late in the race it really started going. So it started getting that feel late. And their last workout with this horse was fantastic. So I like this horse at 6 to 1. I think I'm going to as well I'm probably going to do a 7, 8, 9 exacta and see what I come out here. I left the 9 off, but Jose at 8-1 is probably a bit too much to pass up.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I think that 7 with Tasha is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think you did anything wrong there.
I'm liking.
I got it. Yep, go ahead.
No, I'm liking this 10 fluid situation. They got him 20-1 morning line with Joel, and I think Rosario might give this horse a nice little kick in the ass, make it run a little bit. They bought it for $45K and resold it for $200K following a workout. So maybe somebody saw something there that they liked. So I'm a little bit intrigued by it. I'm also intrigued by the price at 20-1. So that's all I got to say.
Okay. You want to take race 7?
Sure. Here we go. Race 7 here. Let me get here. I'm looking at this through our friends at DRF, Daily Racing Form. That's who we use every week. We love them and appreciate.
They're good to
them.
us. They're good to us.
They're good to us. So race 7, 3-year-old optional claim, 80K on the turf, 1 1/16. I have it 12-2-10-4. Tell me what you got here.
12 future victory, right?
Yeah, 12 future victory.
Make sure I was looking at the front to back sometimes messes me up. I mix them up. I landed here with Steve Asmussen and Ricardo Santana on the 7 Calibrate. They paid $340,000 for him. I think this horse is looking for the right step. And if you look, this is one of those horses for Steve that he's really trying. I mean, Ricardo's ridden him every single time. So this is typically when you see that with Steve, this is a horse that he thinks is good. It's just a matter of when it's going to end up being good. It's getting close here where if it's not any good, you might see it get claimed somewhere. But I think this is a good field for him to maybe jump it. I mean, mile and a 16, if he gets the lead, he might take him all the way around. But I also have had some opinions about Ombre there, the 4. I kind of like him with Dylan Davis. Barkley Tag won with Dylan Davis with this horse last time out. So I think that's impressive. So I got it 7-4-3-1. I like Sifting Sands, Manny Franco, the horses from Great Britain, Chad Brown and Manny Franco, and then the 1 Performing Arts. I mean, I think Performing Arts is just one of those horses that I don't know. He might be one that likes to just kind of hang around the wire, So I think he's something to put in for an exacta or a superfecta. But I land on the 7 Calibrate, another one. I mean, I think all of my horses are at least above 3-1 so far this week. I'm just kind of taking some swings in some of these races.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with this 12 here. They got it at 12-1. I don't think it'll go off 12-1 post time, especially with IRAD. But this horse ran at this pace last time out on the on turf and won with IRAD. It also ran with IRAD at Gulfstream March 2021 and won. Yep. So I'm liking what it's got with IRAD. I also like the 2 Shady McGee with Tyler. It's been a winner at this distance, and with this jockey, it's a foreign horse. It's an Irish horse, so I think it's got a little bit of kick to it. And I think I like the price tag 30-1 with a Tyler horse that's already been a winner is dangerous. And I like the 10 Never Explain with Jose Claude trained. Won't be it's 30-1 now, won't be 30-1 at post time. 2-3 in the money in 2021 and gets the jockey boost with Jose. We always like when Jose jumps on a horse. And then like what you said, you like that horse Ombre. I like that horse Ombre as well. Barkley Tag, Dylan Davis. I think they got a chance to take a win here as well. So that's what I got.
All right, yeah, I like it, man. I think that race is gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
race
I'm
8 here. Yeah,
like you said, the backside after once race 4 ends, you really get into some really good races.
Yeah, it does. It definitely picks up. I mean, right here, race 8, another $100,000 maiden special weight going a mile on the turf. That's another really good one. I went here 3-9-1-2. I got the 3 Rastafara, and as I said, what I said about my price picks, this horse is undoubtedly going to be the favorite. This horse is going to probably go off 9-5. He's 5-2 morning line. He's Irad Ortiz, Chad Brown, Peter Brandt. He came in second and third his last 2 times with Irad on him last time out when he finished third. This horse went from 7th to 3rd. I don't know. I think he's got that crazy turn of foot on the grass, and he might be a little dangerous here. I'm hoping he stays 5-2, but I'll take 9-5 on this horse. I think the 9 also, my second choice, Ego Trip from Ireland. He's interesting with Brendan Walsh on the outside, Tyler Gaffleone finished second last time across the pond. And I like those shippers. That's why I went with the 3 from Ireland, because like I said before, that's all they do is race on the grass over there. So if they're bred for it, they're bred for it. And I love seeing that turn of foot at the top of the stretch. I love when you kind of see a horse really turn it on. And I don't think you can see that in dirt races. I think in dirt races, you see it, but you don't see it as well like you do on the grass. I mean, you can really see when a horse presses that button, and they start picking up ground and picking people off. Like, it's cool. It's cool. It's safe to say grass races are definitely my favorite.
I got it 9-3-2-5. So we've got it flipped, those 3 and 9. So that means I'm boxing it exacta with the 9 and 3 at this race. I do like that Rastafari, and I do like Ego Trip, the foreign horse that gets an American trip here, and it was great in a novice stakes race. I think that's a pretty, maybe it's, I can't say it's going down in competition because this is a 100K maiden special. So these horses are pretty good. I mean, even the 6 Ingress is a $485,000 horse. You got multiple 100K horses in this field. So yeah, I like the 9. I like the 3. I like the 2 Baby Blythe with Joe Rosario. Already raced at this distance and showed, and Rosario gets another shot here. I like the tag 4-1. I think maybe that's not great, but hopefully it expands at our time of post. And then I do like the 5 Midnight Choir with Manny Franco. Got a chance with Irad. Didn't go great, but it jumps to Manny here. Maybe Manny's a bit more patient than Irad was, and maybe he gets a good trip here. So also 10-1. So I like that. I think this is going to be a great race. I'm very excited for this race.
Absolutely. I am shocked you left the 8 off your ticket. I thought for sure you'd at least have the 8 fourth.
Naked on the beach? Nah, no. I actually I don't know what I didn't like about it. I think I just didn't really.
There wasn't much there. Much there. I just as soon as I saw Naked on the Beach, I was like, RJ's probably got to throw that horse in fourth.
No. I really couldn't figure the 4 to put in here because even leaving split and double off with Jose and Chad Brown was tough for me.
Tough.
Just
tough.
because Jose is always a problem.
And Chad Brown and those grass horses, man. That's why I couldn't leave the 1 off. I couldn't do it. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one though. Good maiden race. I really, like you said, I mean, this thing just keeps rolling here. The 9th race, 103,000 allowance race. I mean, this is crazy. You don't get allowance races at these price tags. This one's going 7 furlongs, so we got a sprint on the dirt. We're back on the dirt after a couple grass races. This was another one, little tricky here. I landed, I think, on all the outside horses except my 4th choice. So I got it 7, 8, 9, 3. So I like the 7. I'm gonna try not to botch this here. Zena Larab. That's my best shot there. Chad Brown, Javier Castellano, Shadwell Stables. They paid $1 million for this horse. He's 4-1. He might be the favorite. I think it's going to end up looking like the 6 Carmel Swirl might be the post-time favorite. But I really like the 7, and I think he's a closer. And I don't necessarily love the closers on the dirt. And Saratoga early, at least this first week, it has not played to horses that come from behind on the dirt. I mean, everybody that's winning right now is at least on the front end on all dirt races. So I don't really love that part of it, but I think that this is the best horse in the race, at least on paper. So again, I got it 7, 8, 9, 3.
I got it 5, 6, 8, 1 here. I like the Jose Amendment 19. I think it's got a lack of early speed, but I think it's because it's a little green. So it's getting used to it. And it won its last time out. That's always good when it wins its last time out. Went a mile, so it's cutting back a bit here. But I think Jose won with this horse last time out here. So I think this horse has got a bit to go. I think Linda Rice is smart. She's putting this horse in because she thinks it can compete here. I also like the 6 Caramel Swirl. It lost to Malathat its first time out. I don't think that's a problem. You know, it's come in second place the first 3 races. It came in at second place, comes in third place its 4th race, wins its 5th race with Alvarado, goes to Saez, loses, comes back with Alvarado here. 5-2 is kind of chalky for Junior, but I think he's got a good shot here. I do like Flash Magic with Ricardo Santana, the 8, just because it's a former Baffert horse, and Steve Asmussen loves gobbling up those former Baffert horses because he's like, hey, if it's good enough for Bob Baffert, you know, it's probably good enough for me. And
one thing before we keep rolling there, I just want to point out for that 6-2 Caramel Swirl. I know Junior Alvarado isn't like our top choice, but he's always Bill Mott's top choice. Always. Yeah. Bill Mott loves Junior Alvarado. So I think that's a good sign for the horse that he gets him. And if you look, I mean, he won not his last race, but the race before that, he won that by 10 1/4 lengths. I mean, he stomped that field. And you can draw, like you said, draw a line right through that Malathat race because Malathat's beaten everybody. Everybody. And he only lost to him by 1 3/4 lengths. He didn't get, he didn't get smashed. But I just wanted to point that out about Junior Alvarado and Billy Mott is that I'm very much the same. Whenever I see Junior, I typically don't like to go with him. But when he's on a Bill Mott horse, he's live.
So, yeah, that's really what I got here. I also do like the 1 glass ceiling with Liscano because Liscano loves showing up late. Loves showing up late in the day and taking a horse and taking other people's monies because they leave them off of, So, I think it's got a good chance here, but that's what I'm feeling for this race. I like it.
Awesome, man. All right, race 10, 5.5 furlongs, grade 3 Caress Stakes on the Mellon Turf Course. This is where my best bet stamp's going to get thrown out. I am taking Robin Sparkles. I think this horse is fantastic. Jose Ortiz, Bruce Brown, this was one of those cool things that I like to read. Not every horse has to put how much they sold for. This horse sold at the Saratoga sale in 2018 for $30,000, and in her lifetime, she's picked up $277,000 off of her earnings in 9 races, and that's pretty cool because somebody or a group of people took a chance for 30 G's on this horse, and they've already pulled back $277,000, and this horse has a great shot to win a $200,000 race right here, a graded race against a good field, man. This 1 Carvel, that's going to be my second choice. This is another horse, no joke. This horse runs really well in a lot of big races, and you're getting Irad. So Irad, Jose are 1 and 2 here in this race, and I'm hoping that Jose gets the best of them here. So I got it 2-1-6-4 here in the Caress.
I got it 1-2-6-5. So we're right there. I think
this is a good race to box the Ortiz brothers, but it's not going to be a good, this is one of those races where if you got $20, do a $10 exacta box 1-2 and hope that, whichever one's a little higher in the odds wins and gets the top, but I think these two are going to duke it out. I hope not too much. I hope they don't beat the hell out of each other, which leaves a horse like the 6 Jakarta with Luis Zayas gone, or the 4 or the 4 with Johnny V, and Albert Stahl, that horse. That's another one. He comes flying late, that 4 horse. So this is a great stakes race. It's a good Saturday race. I thought it was just a really tough field, but Robin Sparkles, I've watched that horse race three times now. Last year at Saratoga, last year at Belmont, and then this past year at Belmont. And this horse is good, man. It's good. It's been good to me. So I'm rolling with it.
All right.
How I Met Your Mother. Great show too. Great show.
Yeah. No, I was just telling Laura earlier that the horse's name is Robin Sparkles. She got a kick out of that. Love that. let's go to the mall, man.
All right. Last one here. Last one of the day. And this is another one. Good. They ended on a good one. I like this week's card because they kind of snuck those 2 dirty claiming and allowance races in like races 2 and 3. And then they gave us a nice 90,000 allowance race in race 11 to end it. Good field here in this last race. This is another race, like I think kind of all day. you can make some money here. I really do. I ended up on 6, 12, 7, 8. I went with the 6. Just okay is not okay. Louis Zayas and Todd Pletcher. Louis won with them last time out. At Belmont, going a mile. We're going a mile and a 16th. Stretching out a little bit, but I think that extra 16th of a mile is not going to bother him. I don't love the 7. My lips are sealed. It's going to be the favorite. That's why I had him. I do have him on my ticket, but he's my third choice. I really like this 12, Jamaica Joy, Tyler Gaffalione and Mike Maker. I think this is another good race. So 6-12 exacta, kind of where I'm leaning here with 6-1 and 12-1. I think there's good value there. And I just, like I said, I don't trust the 7. He's 7-5 morning line. I know he's fast up front, but there's a lot of horses in this race that are fast up front, and it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. There's not going to be a lot of scratches. So I expect there to be 13 horses, because it's not going to get scratched off. So the MTO will get scratched. That still leaves you with 13 horses here in this last race. So I'm just not sold on that 7-5 on the outside. I don't think he's good enough.
I actually have it 7-3, 6-12.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
but
knew as I ripped that horse apart, you're
pushing me off to 7. I'm not sold on this 7. I'm more sold on this 3. Mapolka, Daniel Cohen, Linda Rice, 10-1. I really like this horse for some reason. It's got a good early pace. It's 1-for-1 at Saratoga, 1-for-1 at this distance. So, maybe they can keep it up, keep it happy. I do also like the 12 Jamaica Joy. I love the odds. 20-1 on a Tyler Gaffalione horse is something that I'll always jump on. Or sorry, 12-1. Michael Maker.
Right into mischief too, man.
Yeah, $225,000 daddy. So it's got some early speed, and I'm not really buying into the time form pace. I think Gaffalione will ride it well. I have no problem.
Just ride the race well.
The one thing that I can always say about Tyler Gaffalione, whatever place he comes in a race, he rode the race well. He never gets beat. He always, if he loses to a better horse, but he never gets beat as a jockey. And that's something that I really respect about Tyler Gaffalione. And that's something that I think serves him well in a race like this with a bunch of horses with real early speed. So I do like the 6. Just okay is not okay with Louis Saez. 6-1 with a Pletcher Saez, and he's running well. He won his last time out. I think it's got a chance. So
I'm sorry for ripping. I knew it as soon as I was like, I kept reading and finding why I didn't like this 7. I was like, RJ is going to say that the 7 is his top pick. It's guaranteed, man. I apologize. The horse don't get me wrong. The horse isn't bad. I understand why he's 7-5, but he's not my 7-5. You know me. I'll play 7-5. I don't care. I'll eat the chalk, but it's got to be a horse that it's worth eating. You know what I mean? And for him, he's on paper, he's just not what I'm looking for. So do you think that he gets bet back a bit just because he's very high at 7-5, and we've got some Mapolkas to 10-1. We got a Castellano horse that's 20-1. Saez is 6-1. Do you think he maybe gets bet back to maybe 9-5 or? Well, what I think is, I don't know about 9-5, maybe, but what's going to tell the tale is as the day goes on, you got to see the pools once we get closer to the 11th race. So once you start seeing a good way to project who you think who is going to be favored in the later races is looking at the pools of the pick 4s, the pick 3s, and the doubles. So if you're on the 8th race, and you're like, okay, I want to do a pick 4 pool, and you see what the pool's paying in the last race, the lowest number is who's projected to be the favored horse in that last race. So yeah. I think we'll have a good idea, especially you got to see the way the day goes, who gets hot. If Eric Cancel doesn't have a win going into the last race and a couple other jockeys do, and they're on good horses, they might get bet more than he will. So that could bring his odds up. I don't see him going down to even money. I think he probably goes off 7-5, 8-5, 9-5 in that range, maybe 2-1. Maybe you get 2-1 on him, but I don't see even money here. Just not in this. Like I said, it's a huge field. This is a big field. And there might be, there's always a few changes. There's always a couple scratches, vet scratches, but it's going to be 78 degrees, not humid, and gorgeous at Saratoga tomorrow. This is going to be a great day of racing. So big field. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. And that's kind of why I took some swings today, because I felt like the morning line odds, you know, and David Argona, who does the morning line odds for Saratoga, he does a fantastic job because what the morning line odds are is his projection of what the horse is going to go off at. So, you know, he's doing all these projections of these horses before you account for any money, any pools, anything. And if you look at it, right, you look at a horse who's 5-2, maybe morning line, and then all of a sudden he goes off 2-1. That's a good job of predicting where the money's going to go. You know, so I think they do a fantastic job, but I think there's value all over this card. I really do. And I think we gave some out.
No, it should be a super exciting race. This is it's a hell of a card. I'm very excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a great day.
And this is a nice light one too. I mean, we're gearing up, man. We got the Whitney coming, we got the Diana coming, and then of course August 28th, man, the Summer Derby. We got the Travers Day. That's gonna be huge. I can't wait. But as always, check out our article tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow on our Twitter page. Give us a follow at Final Furlong @_Final Furlong. You know, we appreciate it. Like, subscribe, give us some retweets, give us all the love, because we're gonna give you some money. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
RJ,
I mean,
thank you.
Last week, 7 for 11. We're hoping to stay hot. So
With some winners too. With some winners.
Let's do that. Let's stay hot. Always a pleasure.
RJ, thank you.
Always, man.